Never met such a noisy classroom, but actually they're very, very well disciplined, and they are learning some of the most elementary things here about personal hygiene, but doing it through fun, and it's a very clever way of teaching these kids basic health, and it's good. This is a very important piece of paper. This is what's called a red card. So some of the very poorest people can get benefits in the form of free healthcare and things like that. So that is a crucial passport to the sort of care a lot of the poorest people in this community need. So that's a very valuable document, the red card. I'm fast becoming the world's expert on latrines, or loos, whatever you want to call them. And I think this is not exactly the top model I've seen so far. I think this is doing 5 families. They've dug a hole. It's not the most hygienic. There's no running water nearby. And if we can't improve the standards of something like this, you're never going to be able to get people to rise from the, up even to the most basic standards of health. So water and sanitation has to be high on our list for our development projects. We're never going to meet the Millennium Development Goals if the sort of illness that will follow from bad latrines like this is left there. Well, as things go, this one is rather better than the last one I was looking at. It's got absolutely no ventilation, but I suppose it's good solid concrete, it's quite clean, but it's on the way to being better designed, and we need more of things like that. No corrugated iron, it's built to last, good and solid, so and it's private, it's got a lock. Progress. That's why I'm here, to see where our money goes, to see if we can make it go further and achieve even more. The house right behind me is actually with someone who's quite well to do. She's benefited from the microfinance loans over more than 20 years, and bit by bit she's been able to build things up. But the first 5 women I saw are really ultra poor, and so you can't really give them a loan because they don't know way of paying it back, so you've got to launch them with an asset or a grant. And so some have got goats, some have got a cow, some have got chickens, and that'll be their first start in life towards some kind of more self-reliant livelihood, and that's the benefit of what we're doing here. So it's arrived, leaf factory ready for the shop. Absolutely. Ready for the shop. Absolutely. I'm in a garment factory in the special economic zone outside Dakar, and the key thing here is that by being in the zone, everyone has to reach a very high standard for labour and everything, how much they pay, and here they're making things for Nike and some good high street names we all know in the UK. And I have to say, given the productivity here, it's a very good working environment, and I think it means that all of those fears we might have about slave labour and people being exploited is clearly not the case here. There are high standards in a very poor country, and it's from beginnings like this that people can be lifted from poverty.